get into that mindset. Do it! Come on, Shia. Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit. And you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. What is he holding? Just do it. What does that mean? Just do it. I rushed that. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, yeah, thanks, Shia. We're in the stream mindset. Ooh, look at that flex. All right, we are going to be drumming today. I'm going to start off with a warm-up. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to warm up with a chug variation. I'm specifically going to do one of the couple of herta variations. And then after that, I'm going to stretch and massage. And then we'll work on the grindy part. So the thing that I'm going to be working on today is paradiddle-diddles. So this is picking up where I left off on the previous stream. But if you go to Rudiment to Zoom Zooms, my wife named it, thought it was hilarious. The one that I'm going to be doing is the Paradiddle-diddle Zoom Zoom, specifically with Swiss check. So that's what I'm going to be focused on today. That'll be the grind. And then I'll chop out for funsies. And then, I don't know, in like an hour and 20 minutes, I'll be doing Subnautica below zero for the first time. So let's start off with, under the chug variations, there are a bunch that you have access to, and there's a few that have not released yet. These have not released yet, so stay tuned. They'll be coming out. New play-along releasing daily. But we're going to do chug with hertas. This one you can find. And since we're warming up, we are not going to start off at this BPM. We're going to go down here. Inside the playlist, you can pick whatever BPM you want to start with. And in this case, I'm going to start off with 80. Every single one of these play-alongs has timestamps in the description, so you can jump to whatever BPM you want. And there's literally over 1,000 play-alongs, all free YouTube videos. Ew. So even though I'm just warming up, haven't played in a few days actually, I'm trying to still get that stick vibration on there. And I've got a video on my YouTube channel under the lesson section that kind of talks about, well, what is that? But it's something I learned from Jeff Queen, who's a 4-time world champion snare drummer. So kind of knows what he's talking about. But you want the sticks to vibrate when you're playing. That means you have a nice relaxed hold on them. You're not squeezing the sound out of them. Okay, so we're going to do this for a few reps, and then we'll stretch and massage. Neighbor's dogs are barking. 2 more reps. You could do this with your feet too if you do a double bass. 'I mean, I guess you could also do it with your bass drum and your hi-hat. That'd be a little weird, but you do you. We're going to stretch and massage now. So first thing I do is I hold my sticks like this. So you're holding your hands palm up, and you pull one in, you pull the other one in, and then you push it out, and it looks weird, but it feels great. Nice stretch along the forearm. 10 out of 10 would stretch again. And then you come out of this the way that you came, so you just go one arm, the other arm, and you're back to where you started. If you do traditional grip, rotate and hold to one end of the extreme, and then rotate and hold to the other end of the extreme, and that just kind of helps with that rotary, but I don't do traditional anymore. Now, I'm going to stretch the tendons, the underside of the forearm. I could do it one at a time like that, and I could do it on my pad right here. You could even do this on a wall. The lower you go, the deeper your stretch. Just don't put all your weight into it. You don't want to rip stuff. Let's go. See the back muscles. That's funny. Okay, so now that we've stretched the underside, now we're going to stretch the top side. So you could do it one at a time like this. You could do it on your pad. You can even do this one on your legs. Or if you do this one on the wall, the higher you... Whoa. Bumpy bump. The higher you go, the deeper the stretch. Again, don't put all your weight into it. Ooh-wee. Okay. Now we're going to stretch thumb to thumb. So it just makes it so that you can stretch your fingers twice as fast. It's a good one. I guess it's a good two, but you know what I mean. On today's ASMR drumming stream, switched fingers, and now we're going to go middle fingers. Let's see if we can make it ASMR with more popping sounds. There's one. Magic. Enjoy. Not what you signed up for, but it's what you're staying for. Okay, now I'm going to massage. So we finished the stretching. So I'm going to massage up and down the forearm, doing thumb on top, fingers underneath, and then I'll kind of like switch it around. Just trying to get nice and relaxed. If you do traditional grip, you might need to massage your bicep a little bit more, or if you play four mallets as well, because you're using a rotary, which is actually going to move this muscle up and down a little bit as you rotate. It's interesting, but I don't do that anymore. The only reason why I worked on four mallets was because of college. It worked out for me. Like, in order to get into the music ed program, I had to be proficient at all the concert instruments, but I really just never cared for mallets. To each their own. If you like it, great. I didn't. I was fine at it, but it didn't speak to me like drumming did. Although that's the thing that like got me the scholarship. It had nothing to do with like my chops. It was like, how good could you play marimba? Well, here you go. Let me show you. Unfortunately. Now I'm going to do thumb massaging the palm and then the fingers massaging the back side of the hand. I wish it was just like they had like a rudimental percussion scholarship or something and you'd get into the music ed program. They actually added a scholarship like that later during my master's or doctorate. I forget which one. But a little too late. Not complaining. I became a better musician learning all the different percussion instruments. It's just I was forced to learn instruments I didn't care about, so I kind of got burned out from them. I was like, marimba, don't care. Got a full ride for it, but don't care. Not my favorite. Give me a snare drum any day. Or eventually I got bored with snare drum for concert percussion, so I actually like did bass drum. And so like learning all the different hand shapes that you could do to like mold the sound and whatnot to like really match with the low brass. That was fun, surprisingly. Even though it was like easier parts. I was like, how can I really blend in with the low brass? Now I'm going to massage base to tip of the fingers. So just trying to loosen these up at least a couple times. This thing about percussion, though, is like once you learn one instrument, if you get bored with it, cool. There's literally like thousands more you can learn. All of them can inform what you do. with the other instruments, which is cool. I like that. Okay, so now that we've massaged, now we're going to go back to this, and we're going to intentionally just chomp out with this, and then I'm going to do the paradiddle-diddle grind with paradiddle-diddle zoom-zoom. Thank you, wifey, for the funny name. All right, so we'll just pick up where it left off, and then I'll start going up to absurd speeds. Go. Into the timestamps, and let's go down. We'll go up by 15. Hoo-wee. Flam 7s. I guess I could demonstrate that more. So instead of doing a flam 5, you can actually make those 3 strokes and make them flam 7s. You can do that with any type of rudiment that has a diddle on it and just make it. Instead of cheese inverts, you have a 3s invert. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So fun little thing you can do with any kind of rudiment that's got a diddle. Anyways, let's speed this up. Let's do 120. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Click. Let's do it traditional. Just kidding. Did that for too many years. Yeah, faster. Still haven't found the breaking point yet. Let's try a 140. Alright, this one's going to be the breaking point. These are extra heavy Hardeman hammers, double tape, so this is rough. Anyways, we're just chopping out, and then I'm going to do the paradiddle-diddles. That's going to be less exciting, because we're going to slow it down. That's perfect, flawless. Now, there are a bunch more Chug variations that you can find at the link at the top of the screen, as well as literally over 1,000 free play-alongs, all neatly organized into playlists. Keep you and I busy for quite some time. Now, the thing that I'm going to be working on is isolated double-stop variations. Wait, no. Rudiment zoom-zooms, the paradiddle-diddle one. But I mentioned it, so I wanted to show you. If you want to see like what kind of pads, sticks I'm using, if you go to this, the books and gear I recommend, this shows you a bunch of different books that I recommend for different instruments, as well as like some of the hardware, like pad. I'm using a pad on a pad on a pad. They're all right here with laminates for the tenor stuff. And then the sticks I'm using are the Hardeman hammers. These are fantastic for working up your chops and whatnot, so I highly recommend using these. They are just like the Hardemans, but are heavier, so they're great for chopping out. But we're going to go back to here, and we're going down to the technique and not doing this one, although it's a great exercise. Well, exercises. There's a few of them in there. We're going to do Paradiddle-diddle, zoom, zoom. And I don't think you have access to these two yet. They're going to be releasing over the next month, I think. I've got, like, play-along scheduled in through July and August. New one every day. So, plenty of content. Forget when stuff is releasing. All right, so we did 40 through 60 previously. So, let's just continue that grind. Nice and slow. Just trying to relax the paradiddle-diddles. Itchy leg. You have to dance in between on the tap-offs. It's part of the fun. It's part of the EULA. The TOS. I like when I make jokes like that and people take me seriously. Yeah, I'm being serious, sir. Definitely. Yeah, so the hand that's like leading the Swisses, I'm realizing the fill-in hand, like the left in this case, is not, ooh, bad attack, not as pronounced on the taps. So I'm trying to correct that. I started playing the last line, but I caught myself like as soon as I did the downbeat. I was like, no, don't do that. Rush. My accents are still too heavy. I'm trying to relax on them. Late. Nice moves. All right. Welcome to The Grind with your host, Jared O'Leary. Late because of the stick click. Got under my stick. Yikes. I'm making minor adjustments. It's screwing up. So whenever you're practicing, one of the things that I recommend is try and make some minor adjustments with your playing as an experiment to see, did that adjustment make things sound better or worse or the same? That gives you some data for then, okay, maybe I can continue down that path or continue to do that or not. Maybe you find, okay, if I actually play with more relaxed technique, maybe it sounds better. But if I play with a tighter technique somewhere else, maybe it sounds better. Depends on what you're working on. So experiment with those like little micro adjustments in your own playing. How's it going? It's going good. I'm glad to be back on the grind. I wanted to play yesterday, but I had a headache. Drumming would not go good with that. How you doing, Nathan? Just having fun. Weird concept. Some drummers take life way too seriously. Chill. Especially some commenters. Yikes. Good therapist will help them out. Cold break. I had a break from working on technique, but you'll be back on the grind tomorrow. Hey, breaks are good. Nothing wrong with that. I took the last couple of days off. I've been working on a bunch of stuff. offline. Like one of the things that I was working on is this. So on all the play-alongs now, if you click the little eye, then boom, it takes you to like the main playlist that this comes from. So the technique exercises at the bottom. So that I had to go through over 1,000 play-alongs and add that to every single one of them. So that took a while. But it's good to take breaks. Nothing wrong with that. Breaks are good. You've been working on your paradiddle-diddles a ton too? Sweet. Well, this exercise and then the exercise that doesn't have the swish check are some great ways to work on that. They seem to be useful for drum set fills. Yeah. Actually, one of my favorite things to do is a paradiddle-diddle, except the last two lefts is with a foot. So paradiddle-diddle, paradiddle-diddle. It's so fun to play on the kit. If you can get that diddle on the left, like, then you can, like, there's so many cool things you can do with that. On Monday when I do the limb independent stream, maybe I'll do some of that. But paradiddle, foot, 2 feet. They're good. 10 out of 10 would play it again. Yeah, I recommend it. Try it. It's fun. You could actually play this whole exercise with that. Just take the last note of the triplet and put that on the foot. So triple foot, triple foot, triple foot, triple foot, foot, etc. And just like go through there. And then like when you get to the hertas, the this one being the foot, you can do some fun stuff with that. Steve Gadd has a lot of those where he's like, and yeah, it's good. Anyways. Yes, I want to stay relaxed on those accents. Keep those taps nice and beefy. Or tofu-y if you're a vegan. I haven't had beef in like, I don't know, 20 years, something like that. Maybe it's only 15. Long time. And no judgment if you do. You do you. Eat what's healthy for you. Huh. hurt the paradiddle thing before I forget. I can demonstrate it more on an actual kit on Monday. Stay tuned. Actually, let me talk about this. So I got a really interesting question from somebody on TikTok, actually. So they asked, does drumming ever get easy or is it always hard? So there's some nuance to that answer. Yes, it gets easier, the things that you play, but as you get better, you actually find more things to work on, which to me is fascinating. So like my OCD brain, perfectionist tendencies, I'm just always trying to find more things to refine. So although it's easier for me to play stuff previously, I realize that there's more things to always work on. So you like start like focusing on the little nitty gritty stuff as opposed to like, what is a paradiddle-diddle like up on the screen? Like you figure out what that is. And now it's like, how do I make it so that the spacing in between each one of the notes is like perfect and that we have like the exact same touch, but on the different types of taps, whether you're doing the first or second note of the diddle, etc. Like all those little things that you focus on become harder, even though it's easier for you to play and think of the paradiddle-diddle, etc. So it's a fun little paradox there that becomes easier to play, but you find more things to work on, and that just gives you more and more. And if you'd like that process, great. Otherwise, if you're just focusing on the end result, then drumming might not be very fun because it's always going to be difficult. But it's fun. That's why I like it. Well, one of the reasons why I like it. Here I am, like 26 years into playing, and still refining paradiddle-diddles. And I like that. It really is, though. Oh, I hear you. Yeah, so it could totally be overwhelming, the amount of stuff that there's like to work on when it comes to drumming. Just pick one thing, focus on that one thing, either for like a practice session or even for as small as a single rep. Just focus on that. If you give yourself like, here's 10 things I'm all going to improve on this one playthrough, no, that's not going to go good for you. Just focus on one thing, give yourself plenty of time to work on it, and then over time, it'll get better. Again, over time with consistent effort. If you just like, oh, if I try it once, it didn't go good. Okay, we'll try it 1,000 times. Just focusing on that one thing. And then maybe it'll get a little bit better. 1%. And that's okay. Over time, it adds up. I forget who it was that was talking about this, but I was listening to a podcast interview. They were talking about like some Olympic coach and asked them like, what separates like from the good from the great? And so they said that the great ones are the ones who don't get bored when they come in and do the same thing every single day. Those little refinements, just keep trying to improve on the same thing every single day. That's what separates the good from the great when it comes to the Olympic levels. It's the same thing for drumming. Like if you are just sitting there and you are trying to work on paradiddle-diddles like you might for this particular exercise, and you're willing to work on that for months or years, then that's going to separate you from the people who like try it just a couple times and don't actually like focus on it over an extended period of time. How should I phrase this? Find ways to get comfortable and even enjoy the grind, the process. That will pay off dividends, not just with your drumming, but with anything in life. If you can figure out how to enjoy the process rather than the end result, then you will go extremely far in life. In my opinion. I say that as somebody who has accomplished things that many people have not. It's because of the grind. Hi, Minnie. Okay, bye. She's just saying hi. I was thinking about my dog. It messed me up. Minnie, you messed me up. Why'd you do that? Woo! Late! Bad transition. Kohi. Oishi. I'm not sure how fast I want to get today before I chop out and then get ready for Subnautica. About 40 minutes into the stream. Maybe do 100? Let's actually take a quick peek. Okay, so if 82 is... Whoop, there's it. Okay, so 41. So... 12 more minutes. Yeah, and then we'll do a quick chop out. Yeah. Excuse me. Burped. It was not a demon escaping my body. That was a burp. internet connection. Nice. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate it. Yeah, my internet's being weird. Sorry about that. I've been having internet issues for like the last 3 weeks. Yeah. Good. Glad it's working now. What's bad is when it does that when I'm playing a multiplayer, like in-game in Fortnite. Like I had a highlight reel release Thursday, where like at the end while playing solo squads, I had 15 limbs, down 3 out of the 4 in the final squad, internet crashed. It came back up with the losing screen. You got second. No! Alright, so this will be the last 9 reps, and then we'll chop out. Morning, Roman. Sorry, afternoon for you. Yeah, Nathan, I saw that. That's gonna be cool. Ghost of Tsushima is such a good game. Those highlight reels were fun to make. Header, and you go to the gaming header. Uh-oh. Unstable internet connection. Nice, it's gonna crash again. But the Ghost of Tsushima highlights are here, and so I called it Assassin's Creed in Japan. It's such a good game. Highly recommend it. And if nobody's played it, because you don't have a PlayStation, wait till it comes out on PC soon-ish, I think. It's so good. I'm good. Thank you for asking. How you doing, Roman? Few more reps. You bought nunchucks, but they broke? Oops. That stinks. Never tried nunchucks. They were interesting looking, but Bruce Lee, that dude, he could use those nunchucks like no other. Was it the chain that broke? Or a cord or whatever it is that's connecting the two? Is that what broke? Or was it the actual grip part? Whoa! Brain, what are you doing? Oh, interesting. So the part that connects the chain, huh? What was I doing? Yeah, bags though are great. I have a tie bag, so it's also called a banana bag. It allows you to do low kicks. It's like a 6 foot tall punching bag. It's sweet. It's Fairtex. Those things last. I had one last for like a decade before I finally was like, all right, it's falling apart. All right. That was Forever of Paradiddle Zoom Zoom Whisk Whisk Check. So if you want to find this particular play along and some other Zoom Zooms, you can find them. Link at the top of the screen. There's literally over 1,000 free play alongs. These are all playlists. Like, if you click on this grid variation for just the sticking one, this one has 28 videos in it. So it's not just like one. Yeah, no, those tie bags work. I mean, it was like flaking and like it was pretty beat up. Kick that thing hard and, well, I guess punched and elbowed and knee striked, etc. But yeah, it lasted a long time. Like this drum pad, this has taken a beating. I've had this one for like 20 years. And it still works. Might need to get a new one though. It's like worn down right here. And it gets little particles on the head or the bead of the stick. Anyways, I'm going to chop out now. Let's see. What do I want to chop out with? Actually, this could be a fun one. So under the flam variations, there's 42 videos for triplet flam, and there's even more for 16th note. But I'm going to do alternating flams. This is also called floppy flams. Woo, that's brisk. Let's start off at 120. Yeah, if you buy a quality bag, it can last you a long time. As long as you treat it right. Don't keep it outside. Hey, I appreciate you stopping in. I'll see you in a bit. Looking forward to Subnautica. Stay tuned. Let's go to 130. Whew, my left is getting tired. Stop. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, 140. There it is. I can number. I swear. Sometimes. Yeah, so this is the off-world pad. I do recommend it. It's good. It's lasted a very long time. It's an investment. These are not cheap. Neither are the tenor pads. The Quadro pad from Vic Firth, the heavy hitters, but they last for a very long time if you treat them right. There are links to them, affiliate links on the /gear page on my website, so I get like 4%-ish back from Amazon, which is sweet. Okay. This is going to be the breaking point. I just know it. Let's just take a moment to contemplate life. +7 energy. Do it. Yes, you can. Just believe in yourself. Thanks, Shia. Let's try it. See how it goes. The stick clicked and just like thumb came completely off the stick. It just like went like this for a second. I was like, whoop. That's one of like 800 grid variations. The floppy flams is called alternating flams. That one was triplet, and that was forward grid. You can also do backwards, which is 1, 2, 4, or you could do 16th note versions in here. There are 58 or the 16th note, 58 flam variations, and a bunch of other stuff. Cool. I am going to get set up for Subnautica, which I'm looking forward to. We're playing Below Zero, which is the second game. But I did just release this Hitman 3 highlight reel. It's found on my YouTube. It's got some funny eliminations in there. Some good moments. Totally serious. Just kidding. There's my YouTube. No, I can't sub to myself. But if you go here, under the gaming content, the gaming highlights, you can find that particular highlight reel. It's called Totally Serious, Bug-Free, Hitman 3 Highlights. These other 4 you don't have access to yet. They're scheduled to come out over the next couple of weeks for Fortnite. Cool. Appreciate everybody stopping by, but I'm going to go get set up for Subnautica. And again, I can't sub to myself. Why are you asking me to do that? All the drumming stuff, if you want to find it, you can find it here under the home tab of my YouTube. Just click on the header, and then it just shows you the drumming content. It's a lot. Or go to the link at the top of the screen. But I'll see you tomorrow, most likely, unless I need to sleep in. Stay tuned. Goodbye.